This news update is brought to you by
I'm happy. Now I'm gonna take my time. I'm happy. Enjoying myself with lime. I'm happy. Escape from reality. Yay! And let lime take care of me. We're just happy and smiling, doing almost anything, having fun and just living. Shopping, chilling, everything.
Get happy with Barbados' largest and fastest 4G network. Activate any Lime prepaid or postpaid mobile plan today.
This is the Barbados Today evening update for Friday, November 7th, 2014. I'm Kmar Jordan. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that the country's sugar industry is on the brink of collapse following the pullout of major investors in the $250 million sugar cane revitalisation project. Barbados Today investigations have revealed that the World Bank, the Inter-American Development Bank, and the Japanese have all backed out of the much-touted sugar restructuring program, citing Barbados as a major risk due to its triple-notch downgrade by Moody's in June of this year. When contacted, Agriculture Minister Dr David Estwick confirmed to Barbados Today that government had been forced to look elsewhere for alternative investors in New York. However, with the industry on the verge of collapse, Dr Estwick is warning that it will not be allowed to die under his watch. At the same time, he's accusing Cabinet of dragging its feet on a recommended private-public sector partnership deal, and he says, quite frankly, he's running out of patience.
When you have the World Bank indicating that they are not taking any further risks for Barbados, and their insurance arm pulling out, and also the IDB, the Japanese decided, well, they were going to cut their losses and gradually started to pull out this whole operation. It then forced us to have to look for alternative funding, but at an excellent, a very good rate. Now, once National Standard Finance came in the picture, a mega insurance of the World Bank agreed to become involved again with the project. And mega final approval is dependent on the cabinet simply approving that the funds would now be raised instead of through Japan through national standards. Right? Right. In other words, what the World Bank and those guys are saying is that the risk of projects done by government is too high. Right. If the projects are done by the private sector, they will get involved. That's basically what they're saying. Oh. So as long as the private sector banks were funding the project, and we moved it from a government-to-government project to a PPP, yeah. Right? So it's now a PPP, and the insurance companies of the World Bank now have stepped back in. So what I'm telling you, that government is the problem.
Meantime, the Barbados Union of Teachers President Pedro Shepherd is calling on the Ministry of Education to outline a clear direction for the Alma Parris Secondary School in St. Peter. Shepherd says while the school was designed to cater to students with poor academic performance, it's currently grappling with a range of other problems.
The intake at Alma Parris Secondary School has to be looked at as well. Currently they have 165 students, and I think that that's putting some pressure too on the institution, because they don't think that the facilities, the space at the school can really accommodate 165 students who are challenged in the way that they're challenged. Most of them challenged academically. As you're aware, they would have, in the original mandate for the school, they were supposed to provide alternative secondary education for those students who gain 30 or less at the common entrance examination. But now they're taking students even from the annexes, students with other challenges and so on. So I think the ministry is going to look at it seriously, because the problem is not the teachers, and it was made clear this morning that the problem really is not the teachers at Alma Parris School.
We go over to Parliament now, where MPs have been debating today amendments to the Maintenance Act. In introducing the measure earlier today, Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite gave the assurance that parents as well as grandparents and aunties will be able to apply for government support in the future. He also says the bill seeks to ensure that fathers can have access to their children. While reminding fathers of their responsibilities, he also lamented that in some instances, mothers don't even know the names of their child's fathers. From Parliament, we move over to St. Lawrence Gap, where business owners are crying out for help. They say business is almost non-existent in the once bustling street known as the entertainment capital of Barbados. A number of popular establishments like the After Dark, the Ship-In and McBride's have closed their doors, and two operators say not enough is being done at the moment to promote the Gap.
Marketing, you've got to market the place, you know, and the tourists. This has got to be part of the tourist industry, isn't it? Right? And one of the big parts, this way you see you got all the entertainment. You know? Well, we got Sugars on a Thursday night, right? Ian open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just Thursday. So, you know, a lot got to be done. Like I said, let Mother Sally walk down the street, let a tuck man go from here to the pastor. Plus, you see that street here? It should be like daylight in the night.
I think if we could get together as a group and push for the Gap, it's a great chance of it happening again. But I'm talking to some of the proprietors, and I'm trying to lead them in that direction. Hopefully we'll get that done.
To sport now, forget 1, 2, 3 or even ABC. In fact, you could say it was as easy as UWI. The only things missing from the Wildy Gymnasium last night were the brooms, as the Station Hill Cavaliers swept aside UWI Blackbirds 67-51 to romp to yet another Barbados Amateur Basketball Association Women's League title. The lopsided victory, the second of the series following their 34-point rout in Game 1, gave the Lady Cavs a 2-0 lead in the best-of-3 series and propelled them to an unprecedented 12th league title in 14 years and second in a row. Well, congrats. They're certainly the queens of basketball.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
The Barbados Food and Wine and Rum Festival, November 20th to 23rd. Taste the culinary delights of top local and international chefs like Marcus Samuelson, Anne Burrell, Tyler Florence, Roger Mooking, Michael Hines, Dane Sadler, Daphne's Restaurant, and more. The Barbados Food and Wine and Rum Festival, 5th edition, November 20th to 23rd. Visit foodwinerum.com or contact Premier Event Services Inc. at 435-0670. Get your tickets now at Wine World or Ticketpal.com.
To Dominica now, where the opposition is predicting a clean sweep of the December 8 general elections. This as the United Workers' Party leader Lennox Linton brushes aside a poll conducted by the Barbados-based Caribbean Development Research Services, or CADRES, which is predicting victory for the ruling Dominica Labour Party led by Roosevelt Skerritt. Linton says his party has conducted its own poll, and he's confident that the UWP, which took only 3 seats in the last election, will claim all 15 seats this time around. Well, time will certainly tell. To the United States now, where the Commander-in-Chief signs off on an additional 1,500 non-combat troops for Iraq. The Pentagon says the troops will train and assist Iraqi forces fighting ISIS militants following a request from Iraq's government. The deployment will bring the number of American troops in Iraq to 2,900. President Barack Obama will ask Congress for $5.6 billion to support the ongoing operations against the fighters in both Iraq and Syria. And on that note, we end the Barbados Today evening update. We'll be back again on Monday morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb. Subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, or better yet, you can like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media if you're out and about in a bus terminal or via Screenplay at a supermarket or your nearby gas station. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV for all your latest news and sports. I'm Kmar Jordan. Have a fabulous and a safe weekend, and please be sure to be back here first thing Monday morning.
This news update is brought to you by
I'm happy. Now I'm gonna take my time. I'm happy. Enjoying myself with lime. I'm happy. Escape from reality. Yay! And let lime take care of me. Whoa, we're just happy and smiling. Doing almost anything. Having fun and just living. Whoa.
happy with Barbados' largest and fastest 4G network. Activate any Lime prepaid or postpaid mobile plan today.